Janelle, thank you so much for joining us. Janelle is with Applewood Pointe, and she's going to tell us about their property, what they have to offer, and why you should consider a cooperative.
Hi, well, thank you for having me, Lisa. So I'm the property manager at Applewood Pointe in Shoreview. We are roughly going into our 5th year of occupancy here. We have 77 beautiful homes ranging in square footage from about 1,200 to almost 2,000 square feet. We have 20 different floor plans, and we are unique as a community as far as our location. We are very close to multiple parks, trails, the highway, multiple shopping areas, grocery stores, restaurants, and we still have that network of neighborhood feel to it. So residents really love it here. We've got a great walk score, and we've got a trail that runs around the whole property. Our property includes a rain garden. We also have a pond, and we have multiple different recreational rooms. We have a puzzle room or a hobby and craft room. We have a very extensive workshop in the garage in the lower level that is filled with all sorts of wonderful woodworking tools, and we have multiple different skill levels of residents that are happy to teach you maybe new tricks or trades that you might not know about, or just refresh your skills. We have a guest suite that has 2 queen-size beds in it. It is $45 a night. We have a great room with a sunroom attached, and typically on Tuesday mornings we'll have different Tuesday coffee presentations where we invite different speakers to come in. Anything from chiropractic on educational to dentists, how you can better clean your teeth as you age, to aromatherapy. We've had someone come in and talk about how to do maple tapping. We've had Vikings and Goddesses in talk about, they actually use some of our elderberries on property to make pies, homemade pies from scratch, and so we had sampled that. We had a brewery that came in that took some of our elderberries from property and made us some wine. So we've had all sorts of different educational speakers, which is definitely a perk for the community, and utilizing our great room so all the residents can come, be educated, have a fun time, have some coffee, have some snacks that are brought down. The great room, and then we also have our club room. The club room area is got a full bar area in it, not stocked, but it's a full bar. And then we also have a pool table in there, and both of the great room and the club room, both rooms have a beautiful patio. You can sit outside, and there's a grill that's available on the great room that you can come down and use at any point in time. All of our community areas are available at no charge for use for parties, gatherings. It just makes it such a wonderful opportunity for family gatherings, for the holidays. You don't even have to, leave your house technically. You just go right downstairs and you have access to rooms that are stocked full of dishes, plates, cooking materials. There's kitchens in both. So you can cook your Thanksgiving turkey right downstairs, and you don't have to worry about, spilling food or hauling it downstairs or having sticky little fingers touch everything in your home. So that's a plus. As far as community living too, excuse me, some of the other perks, obviously the gatherings that we have a wonderful social community and committee that establish all sorts of different things. We've had our first craft shop has done a fundraiser. We had all sorts of different goodies, baked goodies. We've had the workshop donated some bowls, some different things that people have made, and it's just fun to come together as a community. Typically in fall, we have a fall fest, and there are a variety of games that are scattered all throughout the property. We have prizes. We usually have a barbecue, and it is members joining in, getting to know your neighbors a little bit better. It's just, I always tell my neighbors it makes me jealous because I go home alone and I wish I could stay here and have all the fun with all of them. So very much reminds me of college living in the dorms where you can just go next door and knock and, I need a cup of sugar, I need some butter. Do you want to go outside and have a glass of wine with me or just go for a walk? We have, as far as other community things and the perks, is we've had members that have signed up to go do a music bluegrass paddleford down in the St. Croix, and they'll sign up and go together as that as a group. We've had people take trips all the way up to Norway, to Alaska, just groups of people. They get their group discount, and wonderful for singles because you can meet other singles and then have people to go travel with too. So it's just a great community. We are all sorts of fun here. Everyone's very welcoming, and they have a good time when it's safe to do so. So as far as tours and things, right now we are not doing tours. With the videos that Lisa's going to provide for you, you can definitely see some of our beautiful rooms, and hopefully, you know, that will help you. If you want any more information on the property as far as the different pricing, we are unique with Applewood with the 4 different tier equity options for buy-in, and I can explain that to you more if you're interested in learning more about our property. So appreciate the time, and hopefully that was informative to you as far as more information on what a cooperative is. Definitely give me a call, and I will gladly explain that to you. So thank you.
Thank you, Janelle. Can I ask you a question? The other properties that we're going to be talking about are rentals with different levels of care. And cooperatives are different. It's not like purchasing a condo or a townhome. Could you give us a quick tutorial on what a cooperative is, and maybe even what it is not?
Okay. Well, I mean, easy part, we are not rentals. Cooperatives, basically you buy in. Similar concept to kind of like buying into a business. You, instead of a deed or a title, you get a membership share. So when you get your membership, or when you buy into the unit, you have access. You're basically buying into a multi-million-dollar home. Your share would be the unit that you're going to be living in. The cooperative basically owns everything in that unit and maintains everything in that unit before your personal belongings go in there. So you have a monthly payment that basically is paying partially of your mortgage on your section of the building, which would be your unit. The other parts go into, obviously with cooperative spirit, you are cooperatively sharing the cost of electricity for your building, of water, sewer, property maintenance, management. You are also putting away funds for your building for the future, for possible future repairs, appliance replacement at some point in time. So as far as what you're paying for, you have, once you buy into the unit, just like you would with a private home, you pay for the price of the home up front, so your closing costs, you're buying the share, and then you have a regular monthly mortgage payment. With us, it's just a little bit different because you're paying for the multiple costs of maintaining and running a larger building outside of what you're currently living in for your space. With us, we have 4 different equity tiers. So the original member picks one of those tier options, and that stays with that home or that unit upon turnover. The reason being is if you picture 77 different units, each one of them makes up one master payment for one mortgage. So if you alter one of those payments, that's going to affect the master mortgage not being paid in full or overpaid. So when we have a home available, we'll let you know which tier equity option it is available at, and that is the only option for that home. So for us, we do have a wait list. It's very similar probably to rentals. We have a $500 deposit that is fully refundable at any time. And, you know, we definitely let you know when we have homes available. As far as some of the other differences with kind of the overall, not management, but oversight, I guess, of the community, is with rentals, you typically have a management company that is in charge, that has usually the ultimate say over how things are done, policies, procedures, what you're available to have. With us being a cooperative, We are only as successful as a community as the participation of our membership. So our membership has 5 board members that are members of the community that are volunteers. They serve on staggered times ranging from 1 year to 3 years. And those board members are basically the membership that reviews different input from our 5 standing committees that are communications committee, building and grounds committee, finance, we've got marketing, and we've got activities and events. So those are also made up of our internal members, and those committees along with the board take input from our members as far as comments, suggestions, questions, basically on how to make the community better, how to make it more kind of appealing, but also to keep in mind, that you don't want the sparkling glow-in-the-dark strobe lighting flamingo on your patio that you have to look at as your neighbor, that might play disco music all night long. Like, that's probably something that you don't want to live next to, being that, we have a board and community, that's something that the board members would consider. And then we have a very mild-mannered set of rules and policies that address kind of things like that, just because, again, it's community living, so you want to make sure that everybody gets along. But basically, to sum it up, is that you are ultimately managed and reviewed by the participation of the membership. So versus just, this is the way the management has it, you can't change it. So that makes it really nice too, is the members definitely have their own voice on how they want to see their community run.
Janelle, how long is your wait list?
Right now we have 62 people on our reservation list.
Oh my gosh.
Don't let that number deter you, because the way that we do it is when we have a home available, I post it out. Everyone that's on that list has 48 hours to get back to me with the interest in seeing the home. And then we go down the line based off of the responses. So not everyone gets back to me within 48 hours, obviously. And obviously at the time that I send out that information, it might not be the right tier, so the right buy-in price point for someone. It might not be the right square footage with over 20 different floor plans. There's a lot of variables in there. It might not be the right floor. It might not be the right upgrades. Maybe you want white cupboards over birch. So there's a lot of different variables that come into play. Typically, when we have a home available, we'll usually see anywhere between as few as 10 people or as many as I've seen 28 that have responded. So, and then we go from there.